Today's lesson is to write down and draw some examples of our vocabulary terms for blue sheet number 1 in our module 1 linear equations. So the first term is integer. Integers are positive and negative, whole numbers, and 0. So examples of this would be, I'm going to do a few dots, and then -3, -2, -1, 0, and then 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. And what those dots mean is that it goes on and on infinitely in the negative direction and infinitely in the positive direction. Whole numbers, positive and negative. The next word that we have is opposite. And opposite numbers are numbers that are the same distance from 0 on a number line. So if you think about a number line, we've got a number line right here. My pen is not working. Got a number line, you have 0, you have 1 unit away is -1 and +1. So -1 and +1 would be opposite numbers. -2 and +2 would be opposite numbers, on and on and on. The third one, equivalent, which means equal to or equivalences. So we have a couple. So 6 + 1 is equivalent or equal to 7. You could also say that another example would be if we go variable, 5 times x plus 2. When we distribute, it would be equivalent to 5x plus 10. And there's a 10 right there. So when two terms are equal to each other. An expression is a math sentence that expresses a quantity. And I'm going to have two examples here. I'm going to have a numerical one, which means just numbers. So 6 + 1 would be a numerical expression. And I'm going to have a variable expression on the right side. And a variable expression would be something like we had above, 5 parentheses x plus 2. And the reason why this is a variable expression is because it has a variable in it. And the reason why this is a numerical expression is because it only includes numbers. The third example is, or the next term is term. So how a number, a variable, or numbers and variables multiplied together. So we're going to have three different examples here. The first one is just a number. So we'll do like +5. You could also do -5. Those would be numbers. A variable, so x or y or m or any letter. And then variables and numbers multiplied together. So let's go -5x. Those would be three different examples of terms. Terms are typically separated by an addition or a subtraction sign. In the next term we have, you notice we have a bigger box here. We have coefficient, constant, and variable. The coefficient is a number being multiplied by the variable. So if the constant, so -5x, the coefficient is -5. A constant is a number in expression, so I will add a number in there. The +3 is your constant, and a variable is a letter representing an unknown amount. So the x is your variable. So in this expression, -5x plus 3, this is a two-term expression with a coefficient of -5, a variable of x, and a constant of 3. When we simplify, it's just like combining like terms to use the rules of arithmetic and algebra. And I'll give you one example. I'll go 5x plus 3x minus 7. Well, we have to figure out which ones are like terms. 5x plus 3x are like terms. You can combine them and you would get 8x minus 7. And we have simplified that expression. Evaluate, when you calculate the value of an expression, you could give an expression of 6x and evaluate if x is equal to 2, which means you take the 2 and you substitute it in for your x. So it becomes 6 times 2, which would be 12. So we evaluated the expression 6x if x equals 2. The sum is the answer to an addition problem. So 6 plus 2 equals 8. 8 is your sum. The difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. 6 minus 2 would equal 4. 4 is your difference. The product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So 6 times 2 would equal 12. 12 is your product. Quotient, the answer to a division problem. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. 3 is your quotient. Factors are numbers multiplied together. So let's go back to our multiplication. 6 times 2 is equal to 12. The 6 and the 2 are the factors. We're getting near the end. An equation is a math sentence that shows two expressions equal using an equal sign. So 6x plus 5, that is one expression, is equal to 5x minus 7. That is an equation because it's got an expression of 6x plus 5, another expression of 5x minus 7, and they set equal using an equal sign. An inequality is a math sentence that shows two expressions as unequal using an inequality sign. That should say inequality sign. And again, we could have the same comparable one. So 6x plus 5 is greater than 5x minus 7. You could also do greater than or equal to. And now we have the last one, solutions. One solution, no solution, or infinite solutions. One solution is when you have an equation and you get your answer as, one solution is your answer is a positive variable is equal to a number. No solutions, or none, would be the equation x plus 2 equals x plus 5. And if we were to solve this, subtract an x from both sides, the x's cancel out, and you get 2 is equal to 5. So when the variables cancel out and the left side does not equal the right side. And then the last one, infinite solutions, is when x minus 2 is equal to x minus 2. When we subtract our variables and they cancel out, and then the left side, negative 2, does equal the right side, negative 2. And what that means is no matter what number you substitute in for your x value, the left side will never equal the right side, which means it's never a true statement. For the infinite, no matter what number you substitute in for the x value, the left side will always equal the right side, and therefore it is always a true statement. Just wanted to go over those vocabulary terms with you. I absolutely would keep this sheet near you and refer back to it when you hear me using the language or when you are reading it in a problem. Personally, if you could memorize these words, it would make your life in math and your understanding of what math is happening dramatically easier and will allow you to be very successful this year as well as in future years moving forward. Hope you have a good one. Take care.